Have you ever wondered, why is the world so cruel? Why do I gotta pay taxes? Why did I just explode in this random game where I'm trying to restore summer? If you did, I can't blame you. My name's Sample and these are all such key for questions, so today I'll be answering the most important one. Decaying Winter has got lots of perks, which some are good, some are straight up garbage, and then there's this perk, which I believe to be both heavily underrated and overrated. Even the community has very mixed up feelings on Blitzer. And what do I think of it? Well, it's rather complicated. Now, as I'm quite sure that everyone has watched my tier list video, which I just realized was so long ago, where I rated Blitzer low, saying he is bad. But now that I've gained much more experience as Blitzer, is my opinion different? Yes, sort of, yes. Before I start explaining, let me quickly say what Blitzer does. Blitzer's ability is a stack of airburst bombs, which you throw by tapping F and detonate them by holding F. There is no limit to the amount of bombs you can place. However, your bombs will despawn when a new wave starts. A single Blitzer bomb is not enough to kill even the weakest scavenger. However, that's the beauty of Blitzer. He's got more than one bomb. He's got the whole arsenal. Each bomb detonates and stuns enemies for 1 second within its somewhat big blast radius. And that's not all. The bombs also stick to surface, scavengers, and even your teammates. Which is both good and bad, as this can prevent you completely from using your ability unless you wanna see your team go boom. Bombs can also stuck onto friendly NPCs such as holo emitters holograms. It is not really that useful, but it allows you to be very goofy with what you do, and that's an upside if you ask me. Blitzer's cooldown is fast. One bomb is equivalent to 16% of your ability, and the ability goes up by 1% every second. Blitzer is also good with guns, which is just lovely. Blitzer's pros are nice addition, and his cons, while are not that nice to have, but manageable to deal with. And also, this is straight up from the wiki, but you can kill any new player messing up your game in a public server with Blitzer, so take that in mind whenever you're gonna play again. I will also explain some strategies involving Blitzer. There's the Queen Kill strategy. It consists of one drifter and a full team of Blitzers. All Blitzers place all of their bombs on the drifter, which will be a human bait for the Queen. The drifter will cloak himself and rush into the castle. Once Queen gets to drifter, all Blitzers will detonate, killing the Queen, and of course the drifter. Similar thing exists for Joseph, but that one is kinda not worth it to do. While I'm not the person to really judge if it's a good strategy, it is definitely a fun one, I'll tell you that. But I simply think that there are better ones at taking out the Queen. Blitzer is both loved and hated perk by the community, and there are good reasons for that. I can tell you, blowing up a bunch of scavengers and only seeing a red cloud remain That is very satisfying. Really. Blitzer is just a dopamine machine. So why is it hated, you may be wondering? Well, if you have never ever played on a public server, you might not know why, but the reason is quite simple. That red cloud I was just talking about, I was just praising. Yeah, that red cloud usually ends up being you or your teammates. Simple. Blitzer has potential to be one of the best or one of the worst perks in the entire game. Mainly on public servers, that is. Blitzers usually hurt your team more than they hurt scavengers. Of course, on public servers. But from the private server's perspective, by that I mean games hosted in Decaying Winter's official Discord server, their blitzers usually end up being actually pretty good. Yes, mistakes can happen, but it's nothing compared to the public ones. Blitzer is also a perk almost every newbie chooses, hence its reputation of the team killer. And what is my opinion on Blitzer? Well, in my tier list video, I gave Blitzer a C tier, which I now believe to be too low. Now I'd give him middle B tier. Blitzer is a good perk. Blitzer is a backliner, but he can be good frontliner and support. Even if you have other frontliners on your team, you can still perform good as Blitzer. You just gotta be a bit more careful. Blitzer is also very fun to use. Some people also use Blitzer as a way to farm Odins and XP, as in private server it's quite easy to farm as Blitzer. So you could say some people are in it for the money, just like me.